What's up, guys? LQ here with the LQ Review. Thank you so much for joining me here at my YouTube channel. Let's talk about the first two episodes of The Boys Season 5. I love The Boys. I think that it's one of the strongest superhero shows that's ever been on TV. Excellent superhero content kind of is a satire of the superhero genre while also still telling a great story. And some episodes, some seasons have been better than other. I still maintain that the first season was the best. I think the second season was, while still a good season, it was kind of weak. I think it's the weakest season so far. Season 3 was a nice rebound, and season 4 is probably my second favorite season behind season 2. So they've all been good, but some of them have definitely been better than others. And this season is off to a very strong start. I think it takes place about a year after the end of season 4. Huey, Frenchie, MM, they're all in the camp, the freedom camps. Homelander has consolidated his power to where even the president of the United States answers to him. He's creating this false Judeo-Christian rule over the planet or over the United States. Even though he's not somebody who falls under Judeo-Christian rules, he's still implementing that because history has shown us. I'm a Christian, guys. I'm a Christian. So don't take too much judgment on this. History has shown us that religion is a great way to control people. And Homelander is exploiting that. Begins with, like I said, Huey in the camps, and we see that there's him, MM, and Frenchie are starting to come up with an escape plan. The camps reminded me of the camps in the first Red Dawn movie. Just meant to brainwash or torture, whichever one you want, with Homelander propaganda. The whole time they're forced to wear Homelander propaganda, see it, listen to it. It's in every aspect of their lives. And you can tell that while it's worn on them, they are still very strong and still able to continue to persevere. When Homelander decides to have the three of them executed to draw out Starlight and draw out Butcher, he gets what he wanted. He draws them out. He draws out he draws out Butcher, he draws out Starlight as they come in for a rescue op. And he also draws out A-Train. And A-Train, without going into any spoilers here, without saying what happens to any of these characters, be it Starlight, Butcher, A-Train, Huey, Frenchie, any of them, A-Train, I believe, has had one of the greatest arcs from season 1 to now. He's somebody who was fully committed to the Seven, and then he starts to see the evils that Vought and Homelander have committed, and he rehabilitates himself, and he ends up joining the Resistance with Starlight. And these first two episodes brought his arc to somewhat of a conclusion. Not going to say how or what happens or anything like that, but his arc kind of comes full circle in these first couple episodes, and I thought it was great. I thought it was brilliant, and really enjoy the actor who plays A-Train, and I really thought that the character arc that this character's gone on has been fantastic. Loving Starlight still. She's one of my favorite characters. Huey and Butcher are both some of my favorite characters, and I just think that this world, while very cynical and very mean, one thing that I think it has done well is it has retained some of that hope that audience members need to feel while they're watching a show like this. You want to hope that good is going to prevail. You want to hope that the good guys are going to win and that everything is going to end up okay. And while things always take a turn for the dark, and it seems like Homelander and the bad guys always figure out how to get an upper hand, it seems like the writers are always able to inject that hope back into the series, which I think is critical for a show like this. This show is very funny. These first two episodes are very funny. They had several laughs in them, particularly from Soldier Boy. I think Soldier Boy's great. Jensen Ackles is awesome. I think he's a little too old to play James Gunn's Batman, but I think he's 48, 49. I wouldn't cry if he was cast because I do think he's such a strong actor. They did some stuff with his character here in the first 2 episodes that I really enjoyed. But really the MVP who holds this all together is Homelander. The guy that plays him just does an excellent job portraying his weaknesses, his insecurities, and also showing how somebody like that is going to try to overcome it with power and violence. And that's a duality that's very interesting to me. How weak people can cause great damage when they're put in positions of authority. And we see it in real life and we see it in fiction, and Homelander is one of them that is done really, really well. I am a little bored of TV shows doing the all of our bad guys are Donald Trump thing. That's boring to me. I'm over it. But we know that Kripke is very anti-Trump, and that stuff is definitely going to seep into his creative process. It's just going to. I mean, that's for whatever reason, these politics are something that has defined who this person is as a person in real life, and whenever something defines who you are, that's going to seep into your creative process. I keep up with politics. I've talked about it before on this channel. I keep up with politics. I would say that I fall conservative on about 2/3 of the issues, and then about 1/3 of the issues I fall liberal on. So I'm a very middle of the road type person. I do not like a lot of things that are happening in our country right now that are done by the Conservative Party, which is a party that I typically identify with on most issues. All that being said, I'm still bored of these creators injecting everything and injecting their politics into these shows to say, just to send the message Trump bad. Daredevil's doing it right now. You know, the anti-vigilante squad is clearly ICE. It's boring. It's boring. We get it, guys. You don't like Trump bad. I get it. Let's tell a story. Let's tell a story that's going to be relevant in 10 or 15 years. So I don't know. I've talked about it on here before. I'm not a Trumper. I'm not a Trumper, but I do identify with a lot of conservative issues, and it's injecting West Coast liberalism into shows is boring to me. Just like it would be if 80% of our content was injecting, you know, middle America conservative values into shows. That would be boring too. It's boring. So, but overall, this show is fantastic. Politics aside, this show is fantastic. First 2 episodes are great. It's telling a great story, and you can feel that this is the final season. You can feel the urgency in the characters. You can feel the urgency in the storytelling with the they had the first trial run of the virus. I don't think that's a huge spoiler to say. They had the first trial run of the virus in these first 2 episodes. The virus was successful, and that even upped the urgency here in the early going. So love these first 2 episodes. Can't wait to see where they take us next. And I just hope Homelander gets his. I don't know that I hope that he dies, though. Wouldn't it be great to see him depowered? To see him depowered at the end and left as a mortal person who now has to reconcile all the stuff that he did as a mortal, as the person that he hates. I think that'd be interesting as well. But they'll probably just kill him. But overall, great show. Can't wait to see what happens next. What did you guys think of the first 2 episodes of The Boys Season 5? Let me know in the comments down below. While you're down there commenting, make sure that you subscribe to my channel. And until next time, we'll see you guys later.